It's time for MBC News with me, Marcus Pasanje, and my sign language interpreter is Savita Wirima. Our top stories.
President Chakwera commends the Stevens Institute of Technology for promoting education exchange and collaboration between the U.S. and African countries. Commentators hopeful the 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly will assist Malawi strengthen its international standing to achieve her development aspirations. And Parliament rises sine die as the House passes 14 bills.
President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera has commended the Stevens Institute of Technology for showing great level of commitment to promoting education exchange and collaboration between the U.S. and African countries. President Chakwera was speaking during the second annual Africa-U.S. Presidential Forum held in New Jersey in the United States of America ahead of the United Nations General Assembly. Dr. Chakwera has also been decorated with a Presidential Honorary Award for promoting education among the youth in Africa and globally. Mae Sochikadzula has the details in this report.
Speaking during the event, Dr. Chakwera said the forum is a great platform as it aims at equipping African youth with relevant skills in science, technology, engineering, mathematics, STEM, and artificial intelligence in enhancing their employability and empowering them to drive the continent's progress.
This award pales in comparison to the joy of seeing Malawi's youth secure opportunities for education. And the president here just told me a while ago that we should have Malawian students in this institution here. And I have gone ahead to invite him to come to Malawi and visit some of our institutions in order for us to share notes and see how best we can partner for the future. That is why I'm so delighted to hear of new prospects for investments in the capacity of Malawi's growth.
For his part, Dr. Nariman Favadin, president of the Stevens Institute of Technology, said the university organized the event in partnership with Nicotech Center of Excellence to show its commitment to foster technological innovation and educational excellence to ensuring a brighter future for Africa's next generation of leaders and innovators. He said the event aims at strengthening educational ties between Africa and the US in ensuring that Africa remains at the forefront of technological progress,
as well as esteemed industry and academic leaders. Your presence here tonight underscores the significance of this forum and the shared commitment to advancing science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education across the African continent and beyond. For more than 150 years, in fact, to be precise, for 154 years, Stevens Institute of Technology has been at the forefront of innovation and technological progress.
Some of the awardees of the Presidential Honorary Awards include former President of the Republic of Malawi, Dr. Joyce Banda, Julius Maada Bio, President of the Sierra Leone, King Taki Tsuru II, President of the Gas State in Ghana, and the Malawian lady, Chibiriro Chisao, was also awarded Graduate Ambassador Award for being courageous. Stevens Institute of Technology is a premier private research university in Hoboken, New Jersey, with a rich legacy of technological innovation. Mae Sochikadzula, MBC News, New York, United States of America.
Commentators say the 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly, UNGA, is a crucial moment for Malawi to strengthen its global partnerships, particularly in the critical sectors of agriculture, tourism, and mining ATM. Some experts have since called on the Malawi delegation to UNGA to utilize the opportunity. Blessings Chelewuka has compiled this report.
According to governance and human rights expert Undule Mwakasungula, this gathering of world leaders offers a unique opportunity for Malawi to showcase its national priorities and mobilize international support for its development agenda. Mwakasungula emphasizes that the president's presence is crucial in ensuring Malawi's voice is heard on the global stage.
We also note that the president will also engage in bilateral meetings with heads of state and global business leaders to strengthen diplomatic ties, but also attract foreign investments. Another key event is the president hosting the Malawi Partners Conference with the aim to bring together international investors interested in exploring Malawi's economic potential, thus enhancing investment prospects in various sectors that can drive our national development agenda. So it is very, very important that we look at this UNGA and the present participation beyond politics. This trip is very key as it focuses on long-term benefits in promoting our development agenda on the global stage.
The sentiments are also echoed by Frison Georgi, National Coordinator for Forum for National Development FND, who stresses the importance of President Chakwera's attendance at UNGA.
I believe this is an opportunity for the country that the president has traveled to UNGA with this delegation, and there will be much needed the progress on development and even support that Malawi will have from different bilateral as well as multilateral partners that the president is going to engage with. The UNGA is the highest level of the UN meeting where heads of state from different governments meet and discuss and make presentation on the current status of their countries. It is also an opportunity for the president to interact with other heads of state. The UNGA is one event that the president must attend most of the time, because that's where it provides opportunity for Malawi to position itself at the global village. So to me, I think the president traveling to UNGA, it's one of the necessary activities that he must attend.
During the assembly, President Chakwera is expected to engage in sideline meetings with world leaders, potentially paving the way for collaborative efforts to drive Malawi's economic growth. The UNGA agenda focuses on pressing global challenges, including climate change, poverty, inequality, and human rights. Blessings Chereuka, MBC, Blantyre.
The Ministry of Agriculture has launched the second National Rice Development Strategy after the initial one expired in 2018. The 5-year strategy, which spans from this year to 2030, plans to double this country's rice output from the current 147,000 tons per year. Minister of Agriculture Sam Kawale has since challenged stakeholders in the sector to increase productivity per hectare to 10 tons from the current 1.5 tons. Details in this report.
The new strategy, which tackles issues of soil health, development of the right quality of seeds, as well as increasing land size and irrigation, hopes to increase the country's yield per hectare to 5 tons from the current 1.5 tons of rice per hectare. Minister of Agriculture Sam Kawale has, however, challenged the technocrats to target 10 tons of rice per hectare, which he believes will go a long way in improving food security as well as rice exports.
Once we look at the basic things to help our farmers increase yield in the rice sector, then we are going to address issues of hunger, income generation for our households, as well as improve forex generation in the country.
And Japanese International Cooperation Agency, JICA Chief Representative Kazuhiro Tambara, says doubling exports will help the country in numerous ways, hence the need to maximize its potential.
Rice production in this country has, as I said, that a very good potential. The farmers are very diligent and working tirelessly to produce rice, and the quality itself is very nice.
JICA, in partnership with the Coalition of African Rice Development, CARD, are seeking to help double Africa's rice output from 28 million tons to 56 million tons of rice per year by 2030. Trust Office, MBC News, Lilongwe.
Parliament passes 14 bills in the fifth meeting of the 50th session of Parliament as the House rises sine die. Leader of the House, Richard Banda, has described the 4-week deliberations as successful since the House has passed important bills aimed at serving Malawians better. However, Leader of Opposition, George Chaponda, expressed dissatisfaction over what he called government's delay to table some bills and some questions from being tackled. Details in this report.
The Leader of Opposition, George Chaponda, said much as those bills were passed, there was need for parliamentarians to be given 28 days notice as per the standing orders, not 7 days, which was not enough. Chaponda also alleged that some government ministers avoided questions and bills from being handled during this sitting.
There's a rule we call Standing Order number 69, which you ask a question to direct it to a particular minister, and the minister responds. But when this was asked, we found that the ministers concerned was evasive and not signed the document.
In response, Leader of the House, Richard Banda, said despite differences and heated debate in the House, parliamentarians managed to pass 14 bills, including Real Estate Management Bill, Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Bill. Unlike what Leader of Opposition alleges, Banda cited that different government ministers also had time to respond to questions from parliamentarians on what government was doing on issues of developing their constituencies.
I was actually baffled with that type of statement. It was a sharp statement, but the issue was about card registration for NRB and MEC. An issue which came in the House. We accepted him to bring the issue. But later on, Mulanje Bale stood up and said, my Leader of Opposition is not ready. He's still going out to look for more information. So it's within the House that they have to resolve the matters. And whatever is not working well in the House, they should not bring that to government. In terms of airplane crash, it's on record. He asked that question, I responded. I don't know. They wanted us to discuss that for 1 week, I don't know. But he did ask, and we provided that answer.
As the House has risen sine die, parliamentarians will now be looking forward to the next meeting, which will be the mid-year budget review. For Malawians, they will be eagerly waiting for the bills which have been passed to be assented to and become laws.
You are watching MBC News with me, Marcus Pasanje. Remember, you can access our MBC digital platforms by scanning the QR code at the top right corner of your TV screen. Or you can get the latest news by subscribing to our SMS services by dialing *364#. A reminder of our top stories.
President Chakwera commends the Stevens Institute of Technology for promoting education exchange and collaboration between the US and African countries. Commentators hopeful the 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly will assist Malawi strengthen its international standing to achieve her development aspirations. And Parliament rises sine die as the House passes 14 bills.
Welcome to St. Peter's Private Schools in Mponela, where we prepare our students for the future with excellence, diversity and innovation. St. Peter's Private Schools in Mponela offers a wide range of academic programs that cater for the interests and abilities of our students. Our teachers are qualified, experienced and dedicated to helping learners achieve their goals. We have 3 schools under St. Peter's Private Schools. We have a primary school, boys' secondary school and a girls' secondary school at your disposal. Science and technology are crucial in today's world. We have audio-visual learning facilities, state-of-the-art laboratory, and a modern and well-equipped library. At St. Peter's Private Schools in Mponela, we also celebrate our diversity and our culture. We also prepare our students for the next stage of their lives. So what are you waiting for? Join us at St. Peter's Private Schools in Mponela today and discover your potential. St. Peter's Private Schools in Mponela.
Mwaonatu, tikamanena amakanga ndi matama koma Maranatha tamenya tatulutsa ma highest Malawi yonse imeneyo ndi Maranatha Academy. Tikuti itu 2024 MSc results ma number 1 onse achokera ku Maranatha. Dziko onse wide points ni mmodzi yekha wachokera ku Maranatha. Owen Jealousy watsika na dziko lonse highest ndi 10 points ndipo wachokeranso ku Maranatha Heni Tombozi. Toka ni manja wanu kujaguza mwendera bwanji ayi musankanipireyi vuto siyeyo ndisikuimena naliyo tangotengani chikoma chake lero lino tamanga naye ni ku Maranatha Academy pachabe ife sitimapanga nawo za ma entrance timatenga wina aliyense. Namba zathu ni zomwe zija 0888-993-232 0993-832-832 kapena 0991-276-273. Sukulu zathu zapamwamba Maranatha Girls Academy ku Machinjiri, Maranatha Boys Academy ku Matindi, Maranatha Capital Girls Academy ku Lilongwe komanso Maranatha Capital Boys Academy ku Mponera. Zikudikirira kuti mwana wanuyo adzakhanso highest chaka chamawa. Zikakanika kwenako ku Maranatha zimatheka.
Welcome back. The Malawi Congress Party MCP has called for peaceful rallies in the country, saying with democracy, every party has a right to conduct its political meetings anywhere without interference. Malawi Congress Party MCP Secretary General Richard Chimwendo said this in Parliament when he was responding to an appeal that the leader of the opposition, George Chaponda, made, asking the MCP to ensure there is no violence in Zuzu, as MCP and DPP will be having rallies 21 kilometers apart.
We don't have a rally in Mzuzu. They have a rally in Mzuzu. So you will not hear Malawi Congress Party rally in Mzuzu. We have a rally 22 kilometers away. And I don't think in democracy you can say when you have a rally 22 kilometers radius, no one should have a rally. I don't think that's democracy. That's not what we voted for. So I would want to put it straight to you, the media, because when you say in Zuzu rallies, it is as if Malawi Congress Party has a rally. We had 1 or 2 rallies arranged for Friday, today, and tomorrow morning, meeting our leaders, but we have postponed all those rallies in Zuzu. We are remaining with the rally in Ikwendeni, which is 22 kilometers away. And we don't feel like we're impinging on anyone. By the way, we don't share our political rally calendars. They had planned for that rally. We have planned for our rally. And we are going on not only for that rally. Sunday we're in Kalonga, Monday we're in Chitipa. We're going the whole northern region. And I don't see any problem. What I would emphasize and what I have done in the House is to ask all parties to say, can we live peacefully in the country?
In a related development, youths in the country have been encouraged to remain peaceful and show maturity in their activities as the country draws closer to the 2025 elections. National Youth Director for People's Party, PP, Aubrey Harare, made the remarks in Blantyre at a meeting aimed at sharing knowledge on how they will be conducting themselves during campaign. Harare explains.
The youth must know that we are not to fight. We need to have chances of getting position in both the government or anything. But the youth must now be empowered. So the main thing was to the youth to be empowered. So our target as national, I as national youth director, my plan and our plan for the party is to empower the youth. The youth has potential, a lot of things to do, right? The youth, others are carpenters, plumbers, technicians, lawyers, engineers. Those people, they must now know what to do so that they better have a good position of getting something into this nation.
The meeting brought together youth leaders from the southern region who are expected to impart the knowledge to fellow youths in their respective areas. Beston Maulidi is the regional governor for the South, and he explains.
One of the agendas of the PP is to promote youth activities. So this is very important to PP, not only PP as such, but to the nation of Malawi for the youth. Because now we want to articulate the activities of the youth. So being one of the agendas of the PP, it is important that the Director of Youth should impart this message to the youth who have.
Findings of a survey conducted by the Institute of Public Opinion and Research, IPOR, have indicated that more people want to see parliamentary deliberations conducted in a local language. According to the report, 60 out of 100 people in the country suggest vernacular language will increase people's participation to parliamentary affairs. The research by IPOR was done in March this year. Details with Emmanuel Chikonso.
This is the first part of the survey findings on perception of people on parliament and parliamentarians, which was done in March this year across 27 districts of the country. The research, aimed at finding out the duties of an MP, channels people use to follow parliamentary proceedings and if they understand the affairs of the parliament, including cross-checking if legislators fulfill their promises. The report generally indicates declining trust in MPs, noting some fail to live up to what they promised. According to the survey results, people have also demanded use of Chichewa in the August House for easy following of parliament deliberations. Professor Michael Chasukwa, who is the Director of Training and Research at IPOR, expects positive reception of results, saying the research seeks to help leaders, policy and lawmakers to make informed decisions.
We have been in several areas, urban, rural. We also did put into consideration the gender dynamics, education. So from the methodological point of view, we happen to be very robust and well covered. For the findings themselves are very important. They can help us to come up with some strategies in the governance sector, how to improve the interaction between the elected representatives and the constituents.
The research has also highlighted people's desire to revise qualifications for candidates vying for parliamentary seats, presidential position, and the ward councillors. People suggest an MSCE for councillors, first degree or diploma for a member of parliament, and a degree for the president as minimum qualification, arguing this will help increase efficiency in implementation of government policies. Emmanuel Chikonso, MBC News, Lilongwe.
And in sports, the Football Association of Malawi has challenged non-Super League teams to aim for the ultimate prize in this year's Castell Challenge Cup. Farm Competitions and Communications Director Gomezjani Zakazaka made the call after the draw for the national phase in Blantyre. The national stage involves 64 teams drawn from the Super League, regional leagues and district champions.
Want to see a surprise like in the previous competition we have just concluded, where we have seen for the first time in many years a lower league side has won the championship. Why not the Castell Challenge Cup, which is the biggest platform in as far as giving teams that do not play in the elite level is concerned. We are talking about 31 teams that play in the district leagues. And on top of 31, we have got 17 teams playing in the regional leagues. So we believe that these teams now are being given that huge platform, that biggest platform in as far as Malawi football is concerned, for them to showcase their talent, for them to show that they have what it takes to compete against the elite teams. And why not giving us upsets? And this is what a national knockout cup is all about, and that's what I'm expecting for 2024.
Sponsors Castell say they are delighted with the draw and expect lots of exciting matches. Laverne Chidagata is head of corporate marketing and communications.
We have seen a different kind of a draw that has happened this time from the last one that we had. We've seen good games that are going to be played in the districts again, which is something very important to us. We still want to be able to reach as many districts as possible. We currently have in the district games that we were able to visit so many other of those, but we can see that even with the bigger games that are coming up in the districts, we're going to be able to patronize a lot of them, and it's a good thing on our side. We have seen that the draw has taken up very well.
That item wraps up this edition of MBC News. A recap of our top stories.
President Chakwera commends the Stevens Institute of Technology for promoting education exchange and collaboration between the US and African countries. Commentators hopeful the 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly will assist Malawi strengthen its international standing to achieve her development aspirations. And Parliament rises sine die as the House passes 14 bills.
You can access all MBC digital platforms by scanning the QR code at the top right corner of your TV screen. Or you can get the latest news by subscribing to our SMS services by dialing *364#. I am Marcus Basanje, and my sign language interpreter was Savita Widima. On behalf of the entire news team, thanks for watching and have a great night.